I wanted to, I was constructing my mind, and maybe this is stupid, but like a grand unified theory of like your family and your work, and such as IMALS kind of seemed like a way to, you know, capitalize on what connections you had and kind of share that, or get a ball rolling such that it would benefit other families dealing with ALS. And then likewise, Synapticure, which I wanted to touch on, or I wanted to hear more about, seems like you kind of wanted to operationalize the journey you went on post-diagnosis such that the many things you learned and the many things you had to endure would be that much easier, could be conferred upon other people. So I understand Synapticure takes up quite a bit of your time nowadays. Tell us about what it is and what it's meant to do.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, Damon, just what you said is the genesis of it. Brian and I we found ourselves fielding so many calls, right? Like every newly diagnosed family wanted to know what therapies to take, what clinic to go to, what genetic testing to get. And I just thought, sure, we can absolutely answer every phone call, but this is not a systemic approach to a massive unmet need. And that's, even to say like ALS is a relatively small population, these same problems, this same lack of access to specialty care and support is the same in ALS as it is in Parkinson's and MS and Alzheimer's and other related dementias. And so how do Brian and I take our own personal experience and our know-how that we've developed out of these very challenging circumstances and do good and create a system that helps other families in a way that can really scale? And so we started Synapticure, and this time we didn't do it with legislative partners. We did it with innovative partners who saw how these types of approaches could make huge differences in neurodegenerative disease, because they had a track record of doing it in kidney care, in oncology, in diabetes. And so we partnered with Google Ventures and Optum Ventures and Martin Ventures and Rock Health and all these amazing partners that created virtual care clinics for families to provide access to physicians, to care coordinators, to insurance navigators, to genetic counselors. And it's a playbook that already exists. So why not do it for neurodegenerative disease? And so with the partnership of those institutional players, we were able to launch first in ALS and then expand to Parkinson's and dementia, and looking to expand to Alzheimer's. And so that's the thesis, is how do Brian and I create that care that we piece together for ourselves and make it systemically available for everybody. And I would add one thing. I was surprised. Say that again. That more than 50%. That more than 50% of people living with these neurodegenerative diseases do not have care. And they're only being seen by a PCP. So to me, it was really important to democratize care and to bring in those people who are not part of the care ecosystem, so that they have access to the best care. And to the new clinical trials.
Well, that is all the time we have. I apologize, I did not get to how weed intersects with all of this work, but I'm sure we can get there later. But Sandra and Brian, thank you so much for taking the time. This is really great.
Thank you so much. We feel so privileged to be a part of this. Thank you for including us.